Hello there everyone, and welcome back. It seems, despite the fact that the Bulrathi are now at war with the Klackons, and I had a Titan fleet all assembled, it still doesn't seem like I can ever push forward aggressively enough, because now I lost my Titan, I lost everything else, but I don't think it's all as doom and gloom just yet there. Because I can still get myself a Star Fortress, which I already rushed, so I think this system is in good shape. And when I rush a couple extra ships to help defend, just to serve as a little bit of a buffer, I should be okay. And this Eagle's about to get built too, so I have stuff being replaced to help recover with my losses, so things are not in a terrible place. I'm trying to find... I see Griffin, Phoenix, Destroyer. Can I not just build another Eagle? Okay, it's way up here. I was kind of expecting it to be a little more organized than that. But nonetheless, I think I can hold, because, again, the Bulrathi are going to deny them any reinforcements from this point on. I just now got to be able to deal with the fleet that they currently have. Because where else is the rest of their fleet? Because I know there was a Titan out here in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea where it is at this point, so... Is it actually outside my sensor range? If so, I am baffled, because I seriously doubt it's been destroyed. Otherwise, I would have seen some kind of visual indicator for that. I would think. Nonetheless, let me try to continue with the population growth. And ideally, balance this out. So that way, so I don't lose any don't start falling back is what I'm trying to say, is in terms of Altair Prime. I would like it to keep getting its population back up as the new colony ship is getting built. I'm going to have to stop at some point soon, considering how late game we are, but I'm going to continue to colonize and build up my empire as much as possible. I'm going to need to help sustain myself a little bit with the Meklar at large still. So, what do I want to build? Do I really go and build more Stargates? It probably doesn't hurt. Especially when I finally get one built in Trenton or Eskio. Having the extra pathways is going to be good. And I've also been contemplating getting an open border treaty set up with the Bulrathi, so that way it opens up this direct possibility for me to basically just dive right in on the Klackon's back door, away from the massive fleet. Although apparently they still have a bit of a formidable force, so if I'm going to take advantage of that, I need to go now. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do, and hope I am in a position where I can defend myself relatively well. I have no military transports though, so this is strictly to keep their reinforcements at bay. And meanwhile, I do need to keep an eye on the Titan and all the other ships, and if possible, I need to try and help the Bulrathi down here, because they are a little bit lax on the defenses at the moment. A little bit weak. I could have sent my Titan all that over there, but you know for a fact they would have just ran away, flew off, the usual routine, and it would accomplish nothing but open the door for the fleet that was here. Because even though my fleet got demolished, I still took out a good chunk of it. Which made apparent by the fact that they're backing up to their defensive planets, or rather, the planets they have secured. They're not willing to push, so they are stuck there while the Bulrathi just backdoor them. So this is not a terrible thing. I'm still in good shape. I just don't have any way to really push on the front line, so... Losing my Titan, though, was still a little bit my own fault. I will give it that. But at the same time, I need to try and get some momentum going. Sure, the campaign is over. The Meklar have essentially won, but I can still follow them. I feel like I should continue to push through to put an end to their charade. Now, HyperX capacitor sounds great for me because I use a lot of energy cannons. Hyperdrive I could trade for, and that will be useful, but plasma beams would be helpful for defenses, and it does open up other opportunities, doesn't it? I'm just not sure. I'm gonna go with plasma beam and hope I can get to Hyper X. And there's miniaturization for the beam lasers too. So what can get upgraded? It says ships can be upgraded. I'm not seeing one here, unless I want to build a new ship, which I'm not going to do. I want to try to avoid beam weaponry if I can. So population growth would be good here, considering I'm now going into full-on population growth with new colonies, so that might not be a terrible thing. Not to mention the fact it's only 4 turns. So I should seriously consider that. Interface drive, so this boosts in combat, is it? Oh, this is like is this some kind of augment or an actual upgrade? I'm assuming this is an enhancement to the hyperdrive. A better kind of engine, I mean. Neutronium bombs, don't care about that. What is this? Miniaturization of bombs and plasma beam modification. So we'll go with the artificial growth. As much as I don't care about the bioterminators. And even then I could trade if I really want to. Ooh, 5,000 billion credits for that trade with the Bulrathi. That paid off for me nicely, I think. Is it possible to get it again? Nope. If I want to continue this trade, I'm going to have to give him money, it seems like. So, let's see. First up, I would love the hyperdrive. Is it possible to get it? Although, if I give him a bunch of stuff, it probably ruins my chances of getting an open border. So, I gotta keep that in mind. I don't know if it's true or not. Well, that's not reassuring. Well, I'm gonna have to keep researching, I guess, then. We're gonna have an open borders then? Is it possible? How come? Okay, there's the open border tree. What would make this work? Maybe he'll just simply agree with it? Wishful thinking? Not have to give him an arm and a leg? Oh, this doesn't bode well. Ooh, this is expensive. It's only, what, 30 turns? But on the plus side, it'll help maybe with me getting a trade agreement in a few turns. I'm hopeful, but this doesn't bode well for me at all. As far as building up my fleet. It is an honor. But the... Oh, wait, did I give him an annual tribute? Oh, I just gave him a bunch of money. Never mind. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have panicked, maybe? Where am I seeing it? Just structure upkeeps was costing me all this money, so... Okay, no need to panic. I seriously doubt I can get a trade agreement unless I want to give him money. The galaxy seems brighter. Maybe that was a little bit better than I thought. Anyways, what do I need? They need 12 billion and I need... Okay, we both need 12 billion, so I think I'm good here. I'll just give them the money for that. And they only need like 300, so we're good. It worked well for me if I'm going to get like 5,000 billion credits for that trade, so it's worth doing. Hell, let me get a little bit extra for them. Oh wait, I did. I hope I just gifted it to them. I don't want to ask what they want. Huh, that's weird. I'm just wondering why it takes so long just to agree to all this money. Oh, I don't have the money. I just shot myself in the foot. No, never mind. It just gave it automatically. I was paranoid. I'm in a really paranoid mood, it feels like. Either way, this will benefit both of us. I just give him a tiny bit of extra credits, and I get a bunch in return. So, it will boost relationships at least, so I cannot object to that. I am almost like allied with them. And Sakura, I'm going to have to continue trade with you in some form, but I feel like I got a lot done that turn. I got my open borders. I'm going to have to get some military transports rather than more colony ships, so since I think Ferris Prime is the closest, it's pretty damn close to it, unless I want to rush some at Nortes 4. which isn't a terrible idea either, but it doesn't have a barrack, so never mind that thought. Ferris Prime's like the closest, so... and Ferris too. And I don't even have to rush anything. Perfect. It does slow down colonization process a little bit, but that's not really bad. And I got barren worlds here I can colonize, so I'm gonna go there, and oh, Bulrathi are probably gonna get there first, so maybe that was a bad idea. I can at least still get one of the planets. It's just not gonna be the barren one I probably want. Isoria 2. Oh well, I'm gonna continue on with this. I have my open borders, I just need my troop transports, and the strength to effectively fight off their forces. So 4,000 defense, 1,300 attack. That sounds really damn good. And the Bulrathi are pushing through as well. I just gotta keep a damn close eye on all of them. And also I need to upgrade these ships, don't I? Especially these Eagles, because why the hell not? Although I am starting to get close to broke. I need to be mindful of that. Very damn mindful, but this will make up for a lot of the issues I'm having with the Klackons if I can get my offensive in. And Earless, what did you just build? You built my Titan, right? It doesn't want to tell me. Not over here, so Exisko Prime, no, that's not it. Come on, show me all of the lists again. Let's see, Earless Prime, what did you just build? A battle station, okay, so it's just helping with my fleet points. That's fine. Because I don't want to get a bunch of star fortresses if it's going to be that expensive to get. Wow. No, I don't want an emu, I want a griffin. A little more offensive punch. Because my forces up here is really damn potent and powerful right now. And again, missile bases and all that in case of a backdoor would be pretty good. And this fleet is looking really damn formidable. I really would like to rush a lot of this tech. Slowly I'll do that. Let me make my focus down here in Exisko though. And can I get away with continuing to build the outpost? Regular outpost is not going to help that much, but since they're more than a turn away, I can get away with it. It will require a lot of micromanagement to do, but I can do it. I don't doubt that one bit. And let's get the extra income since it's about done. And why am I having... oh, it's a plus because of a racial trait. And there's pollution to be concerned with. Let me continue on with the pollution process. And if this is a... well, yeah, let me keep all this population too, so that way it can continue to grow. Because it's about to get another population. And that will serve me better in the long run. Omicron 2. I'd love to rush a bunch of stuff for you, but I don't think that's going to happen. So what can I do for you? Government support for morale. Security sounds good. Star bases when possible. More security. Anything is that basically anything that will take the less time to build is where it's at. And this has a ridiculous amount of pollution reduction, or is it just because there's no biome tolerance? So it's just because it's a radiated world? That's interesting. It can handle the pollution because it already pollutes to hell. That makes sense, I guess. Nonetheless, let's try and finish up this turn with some of this infrastructure stuff. Get some income, because that is going to basically double, I'm going to assume, with my trade building. I forget what it's called. But it practically doubles my income, so it's never a bad thing to go for more money. As far as I'm concerned. What the hell's a proper world to go spy on? Because I still want to lower the relationship down as much as possible. To open the possibility the Klackons going to war with them. Make it easier for the Bulrathi to consider going to war with them. Because they're such a powerhouse, that's probably the only thing I have going for me at this point. And Eagle's not going to do much on its own, but maybe I could build something to kind of be a bit of a deterrent, if nothing else. Wishful thinking, I know. But with the massive fleet they have there, it's not going to do it, I'm sure. Also, in our Eagle, got a bunch of defenses here in Cestus 4. And how mighty is this with a Titan? Not very mighty, but it does have a Star Fortress, no battle station, so it's in good shape. Oop, almost hit the mic stand. I'm sure you heard it anyway, so not that it makes much of a difference. Okay, Klackons are turning chicken again. We got Meklar battleships roaming around.
I have a proposition for you.
Ooh, they're gonna give me universal antidote. The weird thing, the really stupid thing is, that's gonna take me a few turns to get, and I don't care about the Bioterminator. Is there something else I can get? No. I can't reject such a kind offer, though. Especially if it's a tech I don't really care about. But this kind of sucks a little bit for me. Because decline would actually hurt my relationship, wouldn't it? Okay, they're continuing to shoot down Meklar. They're not at war with them yet, so we'll see how this turns out, because if I'm not ready for the Meklar, they're just going to stomp the Bulrathi as well. At least these outskirt systems, which include Orion. I don't know how huge a deal it is having Orion, besides maybe the Death Ray, because I'm assuming the Bulrathi got access to that when they killed the Guardian and conquered the planet. I just haven't, and I don't think I will, see the Death Ray in action. Unless I want to go to war with the Bulrathi, which sounds like a horrible, horrible idea, considering the other pressing matters we have right now. Which is media getting bombarded into oblivion. Just a little bit. A lot of stuff getting built, lots of troop transport, so let's try and automate a lot of this to help speed things along. Orbital shipyard, research laboratory, colonial service, and I already got the passive food growth increase, so that's all good. In fact, I could just throw someone on there to help with food growth. Not a massive improvement, mind you, so I might as well focus on infrastructure and get the colony center to help with growth as well. I'm getting a bunch of money out of this, so can I justify just rushing a bunch of stuff? It seems weird to do that. And it's not in a huge rush, because, yeah, spending all my money on enhancing infrastructure just so I can get more money and everything out of it seems weird, is what I'm referring to. Because I doubt I'll ever get the money back if I were to, like, rush a colonial revenue service, for example. But core waste dump will be damn useful, because it just gets rid of my pollution problems completely. I don't have to micromanage it. And I have a troop transport here. They're just going to defend, and can I get the Space Factory just build an advanced military outpost? Fingers crossed if I can ever get that to work. Fingers crossed, because they could just come over and destroy it in an instant. And we got ourselves more battleships. More to add to my fleet over here when the flank is real. So I'm hoping they don't care about going to war with the Darlocks to kind of justify me just leaving that system open, Earless Prime. Unless I want to build Star Fortresses, that's the only thing I could justify that, maybe. So flying over there, we'll see if these colony ship can colonize the plan I have in mind. Although I don't need to micromanage that, it's going to move on its own. So I don't need to micromanage that much, jeez. Let's just focus on getting the turnover since that's already done. And keep an eye on this colony ship, because apparently the colony ship did not move. Orlodge is getting bombed to hell again. Although there's like almost nothing there that can bomb, so I think Orlodge is good for a while. At least for the time being. I just gotta keep an eye on this fleet over here. Space Factory is clearly rebuilding its defenses. We have more destroyers. We have a battleship hiding underneath the troop transports over here in Mentar Prime. And we have our retaliation force coming over here. Although I haven't seen any battles yet on the side of the wormhole. I know there was a fleet there, but it looks like the Bulrathi are backing away. At least there's something that's blocking the wormhole. It's going to make them really hesitant to attack there. And since I have fleets coming to Python, I should be able to fight off any aggression the Klackons have against the Bulrathi there. So, the Bulrathi should be perfectly fine, except for down here in Olaj. Which even then, maybe they could just build a battle station of some kind and maybe ward them off that way. Hard to say, because I haven't ever really been paying attention to what's in that fleet. It's just a cruiser, so a little bit of bombing potential. They can eventually kill it, but otherwise nothing exciting. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see, another Griffin was built. You have 4. I would like you to build maybe another Titan. I would like to keep building the big Titans anyway, but I think I'm lacking destroyers and all that. And I might need to consider getting like modifications for the plasma torpedoes, at least for the guided systems. Because if the Klackons are like changing their route to be all frigates and that, with lots of mobility and even Gauss cannons, that might be helpful to be a little more reliable to hit them. I would think anyway. Let's see, Soft 3, I don't have to worry about you as far as defenses, but getting more troop transports can be handy. Star Fortress, Armor Barracks. I should consider an Armor Barracks, right? That will go with my train and maintain tank battalions, so it only mentions about defending, not really attacking. Although to be fair, does the Marine Barracks say that? No, just defense, so maybe if I were to have the Armor Barracks as well, I can start fielding tanks for my bombardments, or see my invasion rather. Took a little bit of work to fumble around and find the right word for that. That's almost embarrassing. But yeah, I'm just wondering if I should consider going that way, or just stick with the troop transports, which I'm getting a handful of them right now, so evasion's a possibility still. It's still going to take some time. We have a Griffin here, and I do want to get some defenses at Omicron in case they just go around, which they've been showing they would do before. And oh, there's finally the Titan. The crippled Titan is coming its way over to Omicron. Ooh, this could suck. The timing could be horribly off right now. Is there a ship I can rush? I can rush my own Titan for 800 credits. Who's gonna say no to that, especially in this time of need? Because I think it can intercept at Omicron before it can get there. If I'm really lucky. I'm still gonna have to wait a turn for it to build. How many turns would it take to get to Omicron? 4 turns, so it would take 3 turns for a Titan. It sounds good. Calling ship made to Elo, so maybe I should been micromanaging a little bit better now that I think of it. Okay, I got my bases covered. There's still the troop transports and back. This is the fleet I need to keep an eye on every turn while I'm building up my defenses and rebuilding. Because without a doubt, that's just going to destroy everything that's at the outpost. So just backing up to the plant's defenses will be required. Again, just a simple stalemate's been the moral of the story with the Klackons. They have never wanted to go to fight me, and I've been trying at every opportunity. Some of it's been my fault, some of it's just been random, weird, glitchy UI control, I want to say. But I have been losing on every front I've been trying to fight. So maybe the Klackon's passive role has been the right one. The correct way to go. As stupid and infuriating as that sounds. Although we're about to hit a turning point, it sadly involves having to engage at the direct path, which is the wormhole. If I could somehow attack a Pandora, which is way in the flank, that would be even better as far as a surprise offensive attack. That would serve me better, because it's way out in the middle of nowhere and it's very lightly defended. I just have to go to war with Meklar to do that, which doesn't sound really good. Needless to say.